These 5 ideas took me 20 years to learn as a financial advisor, and be sure to watch them all because I don't know which ones are going to resonate with you. I can share with you number 5 is my personal favorite, but leave in the comments what your favorite is. Okay, let's go for a walk. And the first idea, the first tip, that again, they didn't teach us in college, they didn't teach us in high school, and unfortunately life didn't teach most of us these things. We had to learn them on our own. And that is, this is not our parents' retirement, right? We are healthier than our parents were. Travel is quite a bit less expensive and easier today than it's ever been. I've been fortunate in the last 3 or 4 years to be able to work remotely from 30 different countries. And I can tell you my smartphone has made that experience so much easier. Finding a place to stay, getting from the bus or the train station or the airport to where I'm staying, finding the location that I want to, the cafe I want to go to, or the museum or the cathedral, or, whatever the tourist destination is. It's a lot easier with a smartphone. So this is not our parents' retirement. This is not sitting around watching television and fishing. I'm not saying that all of our parents did that, but the whole world is open to us, particularly post-COVID, right? Travel is easier, it's less expensive than ever. So item number 1 is, this is not our parents' retirement. If we looked at our parents and said, I'm not sure I'm that excited about retirement, I think the type of retirement we can have is really exciting and really interesting. We have to do our homework to be ready for it, both financially as well as mentally. What does retirement look like? What are we passionate about? What are we excited about? How are we going to spend the time? But if we do that homework, I think we have a really fun-filled retirement to look forward to. Okay, and number 2 is exactly what I just shared, which is, we have to do our homework. And I think we have about 100 hours worth of reflective work that if we do that, I think we can feel like we're well prepared outside of the financial aspects for our retirement. And then in addition, of course, the financial aspects are important. I would encourage you to use a fee-only financial advisor. Have a professional plan drawn up for you. It doesn't have to be crazy expensive, but you don't want to think that you're okay. You want to know that you're okay. Financial advisors cannot give you certainty, but we can provide a lot of clarity. Just Google fee-only financial advisor near you. I keep saying fee-only financial advisor because they have a fiduciary obligation to put your interest ahead of their own 100% of the time, and that's really important. But getting back to number 2, doing our homework, it's not just the finances of it. It's what's your purpose going to be. Great book to help you think about your purpose is a book called Strength to Strength by Arthur Brooks. What are you going to do with your time? You're going to have a lot of time in retirement, and what are the things that are really important for you? And just look through the library of videos that I have on YouTube. I've covered this topic several times, and other YouTubers have as well. So think about how you're going to spend your time. I can share with you high level after doing a lot of reflective work and having guided other people through it, right? I mean, you just can't help but also think about, how does all of this apply to my situation? The 4 areas that I'm super excited about during retirement is, number 1, having time for relationships. I have a mother who's 87 years old, lives a couple thousand miles away. I was fortunate enough to be able to spend 2 weeks being kind of her primary caregiver, where my sister went on vacation finally. It had been the pandemic, since before the pandemic, that she'd been able to take a vacation. So relationships and investing in relationships, the time for that I'm looking forward to. And for me, all of these are broken into about a 4. So there's 4 of these. The second one is taking care of my health, doing what I can to stay healthy, because retirement's going to be a heck of a lot more fun if I'm healthy. So a 4th of my time on health. And then I'm a lifelong learner. I love learning. So learning is continuing to learn, continuing to take courses, continuing to just learn new things. I've done many things. When I was much younger, I was taking flying lessons, and I've actually got the rating that you need to work for the airlines. I taught myself how to code, this YouTube thing. So continuing to learn is important to me. And then the fourth area is giving back. And for me, that means things like this YouTube channel, right? Teaching and mentoring and coaching and sharing the knowledge that I have with people that I think it can help. So those are the four areas for me. That's what's right for me. It doesn't mean that it's right for you. Let's see. And then the last one, as far as preparing your homework, is, if you live in the United States, we have to think about, what are we going to do for healthcare insurance until we're 65? And, there are people that can help you with that. Fee-only financial advisors can help you with that. There's specialists that specialize in this area. But there are solutions to that. But do your homework before you make the leap. You want to make sure you've got that base covered. Okay, number three, the number three idea here that nobody taught you about retirement. And I alluded to it in the last item, which is health is more important than wealth. Really, really do what you can. We can't prevent cancer. We can do what we can. We can eat right. We can exercise. We can do all of those things. And hopefully that will help keep you healthy longer, and hopefully ward off any of these scary diseases that none of us want. Okay. So just do what you can to stay healthy. Number four is you don't have to fully retire, right? If you have a lot of stress at work, if you're ready for a change of pace, if you're close financially and you want to make the jump, there are part-time jobs out there. There are side hustles out there that you can do, side businesses that you can start. So if you're close to retirement, if you're like, boy, I'd really like to retire sooner rather than later, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. There's other ways to make income. And the question is, is 50% free better than 0% free on being retired? Could you take a seasonal job and maybe only work 3 months out of the year? I've mentioned in other videos, when my kids were younger, I used to teach a handful of weekends skiing at a local ski resort, so my whole family would get free ski tickets. But there are these seasonal jobs, and is it better to be 50% free, 80% free, and work seasonally, or work part-time, work 20 hours a week in order to get healthcare benefits, things like that. And there's no right or wrong answer. It just, depends on what's right for you. Okay, number five, and I've got a bonus one here, so don't disappear after number five. Before we get to number five, if you're enjoying this video, please give me a like. The thumbs up. It does help the YouTube algorithm find other people that hopefully my channel can help. Number five is it's okay to have a backup plan, related to number four. Maybe you think you have enough money to retire, or you want to save a buffer, and you're going to work an extra 2 or 3 years to get this buffer. And you know what? Having a little extra money, having this cushion, makes a lot of sense, but you got to be careful, because 1 year can easily turn into 3 or 4 years. So maybe instead of having that buffer, you have a backup plan where you're going to have a part-time job. You're going to create a side hustle if you have to, in order to give yourself that buffer. If you get on the unfortunate side of sequence of return risk, which is when the market is negative for first couple years of retirement, or in the first few years of retirement, because that's when your sum of money is the highest. It's when you're most susceptible to negative returns, and none of us know if we're going to get hit with that or not. But maybe the buffer, maybe the insurance, if you will, against that is a willingness to work part-time or to create a side hustle business if you do get hit by that. Okay. And then the last item I want to leave you with, and it's a saying in my industry, for many people, they don't need more money, they just need a plan. They need a game plan. What are the things that are important to you? What are those things going to cost? And then how do you achieve those? And, you know, I really encourage you to reach out to a fee-only financial advisor and say, here's my situation. Can you help me think through, am I close to being able to retire? Are there things that I'm not thinking about that might allow me to retire sooner rather than later? And to find a fee-only financial advisor, just Google one. I keep saying fee-only financial advisor because they have a fiduciary obligation to you, and that's important. So I hope this video has been helpful. If you've enjoyed this one, I know you're going to enjoy this video up here that talks about the average income for retirees in America, and this video down here that talks about 5 reasons to retire as soon as you can. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.